If you wanted to talk about real estate market, you are having the right person here. So I have my client who bought a villa for 35 million dirham. I do have a YouTube channel and I post sometimes videos there of myself.
I heard that you close an average of 20 or 30 deals per month. How do you do it?
But recently we see many ladies joining real estate companies too. The first question of investor, how much he is going to get from this property?
I welcome everyone to our podcast Behomes. Today is our guest Elmira. Welcome Elmira to our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, I'm very glad to see you today. So could you talk about your experience with work real estate sector?
Actually, in Dubai, I'm around 10 years for now. And 7 years from this time, I've been working in real estate industry. So
Wow.
I am very familiar with Dubai property market. So I think if you wanted to talk about real estate market, you are having the right person here.
Why did you choose real estate industry?
It's a good question why I choose real estate. From the beginning, I heard that there is a good income, in this industry. So I was attracted by the chance of getting a good salary. And I went there. I started to work with my first company. And when I started working in the villas and the apartments, I found out that I really love to see this furniture, the design, the architects of the buildings. So I fall in love with the architecture in Dubai. Wow. So I was excited to see more and more of these beautiful projects. And that's how I didn't notice how the 7 years passed. Yeah. I was just looking for myself and for my clients beautiful options for home and for investment. And then you don't notice how time flies. If you are impressed with Dubai buildings architecture, you can still drive to Abu Dhabi and have a look there. There is also lots of amazing projects in Abu Dhabi as well.
So if a new person interested in move to Dubai, which city you advise, Abu Dhabi or Dubai?
If you are asking for working, I think both cities are suitable to move here for work to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, both of them. But Dubai has so far, for this moment, it has more tourist attractions here. Abu Dhabi introduced recently lots of more attractions as well, like this largest underwater zoo, and there is a Louvre, and there is also this beautiful Sheikh Zayed Mosque, which everyone tend to go when they are visiting this country. And they have lots of new projects in pipeline, which I can't talk right now, but you will see it in near future.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I heard right now Abu Dhabi is very popular city with sales. Yeah, if we see all transaction in UAE, Abu Dhabi right now it's
Do you mean real estate
position.
transactions?
Yeah, I mean real estate transactions.
Yes, Abu Dhabi recently launched many real estate projects, especially the ones near the sea, like Saadiyat Island, and there is new islands coming up as well. There is a few large developers introducing new projects. So if you will be interested, I can share some of these projects later with you.
Thank you. If you see for Abu Dhabi, how long time Abu Dhabi open sales for freehold format?
Frankly speaking, of course, the whole Abu Dhabi is not freehold, but they start to introduce new locations for freehold. Oh. So there are a couple of options which I can share with you. Of course, not the whole city so far. There is local area and few options for freehold.
Interesting. Which you advise for potential buyers, for investors? Which city you love?
I love both of the cities, but all this time I've been living in Dubai because I have more all my friends here and my investors mostly choosing Dubai so far. Maybe in near future I will start to offer them Abu Dhabi as well. But so far we are working mostly with Dubai property market.
If you talk about your investors, who is your frequent investors?
We are having investors from all over the world. Dubai is attracting all the investors from all countries because it has good conditions for the property investment. We have lots of Arabic investors from GCC, the local investors themselves. And then we are having Europeans, Russians. Since last 2 years, we have seen surge in Russian investors market. They are buying a lot of off-plan nowadays. And then there is Europeans moving here. We see larger number of European investors coming to Dubai because they are having higher taxes. And in Dubai, we don't have tax on residential property. So it's for them, it's beneficial to buy a property and rent it to tenants and have high ROIs. And by the way, the ROI, return of investment in Dubai, is much higher than most of the European countries.
Where you work with Property Dubai, how often you calculate ROI for your investors?
Every investor, first of all, is attracted to on return of investment, so it's basically every single time, we are calculating ROIs, because the first question of investor, how much he is going to get from this property. It depends on the location and depends on the developer's request. If he is looking for luxurious areas, these areas maybe there will not be high return of investment, but if he is going for more areas on a budget, these areas we can rent easily. And like areas, for example, like Jumeirah Village Circle, Dubai Marina, they will have higher return of investment than some luxury areas. So those areas we can see from 8% up to 10% of return of investment, which is great compared to, again, other countries and compared to other areas in Dubai. So these ROIs are much higher comparing to many countries in the world and some of the luxurious areas in Dubai as well. But in luxurious areas, there is another chance of getting return of investment because, like, for example, 1 year or 2 years ago, the prices wasn't that much high as for now. So I have my client who bought a villa for 35 million dirham in one of the islands on the beachfront. And now this villa cost around 45 million. So for 1 year, he didn't do anything, but he earned 10 million dirham extra.
Wow.
If he wants to sell right now, he will earn around 10 million. But maybe if he will keep it for another year, we don't know how the property prices will go up or it will stay the same. But he has chance to make another, even more money on that.
Yes. I agree with you. Thank you.
So in properties in Dubai, you can get return of investment not only by renting to the tenants, but by also having difference while selling back the property to other investors.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you. So I heard with you interesting topic. Yeah, women and work in the Arab world.
Yes, actually, in Arab world, it's an interesting subject about women, how they are working in different industries. Lately, before, of course, there was mostly men working in all the positions, but lately we see lots of women and they are very successful at their career. And the government also supporting women in their position. So this country is very supportive for the ladies.
So interesting. If we see more details about how women work in real estate, and can you talk about this topic?
Of course, in real estate, we see more men. Even the buyers, it's around maybe 80% of buyers, I could say it's men. And but the decision makers, not always men. Sometimes I'm having clients coming with their family, and of course the wife or mother, they can choose the villa. They would say like, I want kitchen facing that side. I want bedrooms to be in that layout, So sometimes we see decision makers will be ladies, but the actual buyers, mostly men. And even in brokers, it's more guys than ladies for sure. But recently we see many ladies joining real estate companies too.
So you work right now in company Elmira. It's a very beautiful name, I think. And can you talk about more your professional task?
Yes, right now I'm working with Amra Real Estate, and my position there right now is a sales director. I joined this company in partnership basis. Right now I'm teaching other brokers how to sell. There's so many new people in the market. So I'm sharing with them my experience. I do trainings for them and directing them in their sales process.
Where are you starting education, your audience, your colleague? How often you used video education and make a professional video for education brokers?
I do have a YouTube channel, and I post sometimes videos there of myself talking about some subjects, about the market, about investment options, and I do video reports too. I know they are a bit boring, but they are very needful for the investors, and they are very useful. Anyway, I'm having the least views on those videos, and they can serve as educational videos for those new investors who is just planning now if they should invest in Dubai or no. Because if they see those videos, those video reports, they can understand how the market is moving, and they can feel safe to invest here.
Can you give 3 advices for new broker who interested in work in Dubai?
First of all, I would say he has to be honest. He has to be honest and transparent with the buyers and the sellers. He has to give them appropriate information about the projects, about the country, about the location, because we can see in the market sometimes some agents, they will not share all details just to make the sale to go through, but this will lead to disappointment of the client. So then he can't keep the client. So I'm always advising our brokers in my company to be honest and give all details. So being honest helps broker to retain a client. And sometimes I see in my experience, the same client can be coming back and buying from the same broker maybe 10, 15 times a year, different properties. The second advice I would give is to be professional. Again, we can see many cases in the market that brokers didn't learn their homework. They didn't do their homework, and they're already trying to sell something. And when the client is asking questions, sometimes they cannot answer. So I am advising the new brokers to be professional, to learn their subject, to learn their work, and only after that to start working in sales. And the third advice I can give is to be in good relationships with other brokers, because sometimes you might have a buyer and I might have a seller, and it could be a great deal for both of us, and we have to keep a good relationship between us to make this deal to go through. Because sometimes brokers having very good clients, but they don't have the inventory to sell him. So that's why it's good to have a good relationship with other brokers, so the deals will go through.
Yes, thank you for top 3 advices. I think it's our audience very appreciate to you. You have an Instagram profile with almost 7,000 followers and YouTube channel with 22. How long have you been running them, and why did you decide to start?
That's a good question. I have started my YouTube channel back at end of 2019 because as I mentioned before, I love to see beautiful houses. And then I thought, why I will not film these beautiful houses too, so I can share this with other people which are not right now here in Dubai to see them as well. So I start filming them. I had, of course, 2 reasons for that. First reason is to share this beauty with other people. And the second reason to find an investors too for my work, right? So I started back in 2019 filming the videos, but I found out it takes so much time to shoot this, to make agreements, because all of these houses, you need to get permission and arrange a photographer, videographer to go there, to make shooting and editing. It takes so much time. So I slowed down, and I didn't make much of the videos as I wanted. But I found out so many people start to follow my page on YouTube, So that was giving me motivation to do more. But time to time, I was stopping. I didn't really make it work as much as I wanted. But now I'm still planning to make it up, so I will be posting more videos, because these followers from YouTube are messaging me time to time, why you are not posting new video? We are waiting,
yes.
Yeah. So then I thought, why I'm not posting? Let me do this.
Elmira, please make new posting, please.
Yes, they are asking me, like, if you will go through my comments, you will see this. And I'm surprised, I feel like, these people don't know me. Why they want to see my videos, So this is surprising for me, but this keeps me motivated to post more videos. And on Instagram, I didn't work as much again because when you are working and you are having a full-time job in real estate, you don't really have time to do any of this. It has to be like separate full-time job for being a blogger. And not only even for one person, you have to have a team to do that. That's why I didn't have much of time to do my YouTube and Instagram, but I see people following my pages. So maybe they like what they see there. So I'm planning to work on them more.
Yeah, I think it's a very popular format. Why classic broker didn't have a time make more video and more. I heard often more brokers interested in find a good team who can help with this process and make video every day.
And back in 2019, when I started, there wasn't anyone doing this kind of videos. I think there was only one guy or two guys doing something similar, and no one else. So I was the first one to start this, and nowadays I see the Instagram full of these property tours and this real estate videos. It even starts to be annoying, Yeah. But I'm surprised how the times are changing in Dubai so fast. Everything in Dubai is having like 10 times more speed than in any other city in the world, I think.
I agree with you. I think it's advertising channel. It's most populated only Instagram because first time, because if a new real estate agency launch new advertising, it will be Instagram 100%.
Yes.
And after another channel, Google ads, YouTube and another.
Yes, and I think they overuse Instagram nowadays because they make it more commercial than even platform for people to spend good time.
Yes. So what do you think about LinkedIn? I heard and I see it's very professional social media. Do you make it advertising or growing your audience in LinkedIn?
As I see, LinkedIn is mostly for people to connect professionally. And I'm having sometimes there on my private chat messages about selling the properties too, which I'm not advertising there anything, but some sellers messaging me that they are having properties for sale and if I can help them to rent or sell their property. So I think it could be used even for real estate purposes if anyone want to. Myself, I'm not using LinkedIn as much as I can use Instagram or YouTube, but there is people I know they are using it professionally and very good and taking much use of it.
Thank you. If you receive message on LinkedIn, it's often a professional message. It's a broker community or classic potential buyers, investors.
In LinkedIn, I have all the types of messages. Some people inviting me to work with their companies, some people offering me to sell their properties,
Yes.
And sometimes there is job seekers who is asking me for a job as well, like if they can come and work with us. So there are all type of people, just you choose.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Elmira. So I think it's a good answer because our audience, it's professional brokers and they very interested in various place where they make it new lead generation, new leads for potential investors.
Yeah, I think they can use the LinkedIn platform for that.
Elmira, is the career of real estate agents in Dubai hard? Tell us about your most memorable deal.
The career of real estate agent in Dubai, I could say not easy for sure. It depends on the abilities of selling of each person, but it's not easy. So because you have to know all the legal aspects and then you have to have a personality that you can work under the stress, that you can manage so many deals at the same time, so many people, because you might have maybe 100 calls a day, and then you have to also call yourself another 100, 200 times. And then messaging all the time, all the types of messengers, So if you will see any successful portrait of a real estate broker, he will be always on the phone, calling, messaging, and he has another 2-3 phones, So it's not easy for sure, and it's not for everyone. So anyone who is planning to join real estate career has to think about this first. It's not a relaxed job for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Do you think such a tool will help real estate agents and individual brokers in sales or not?
First of all, in Dubai, there is no like freelancing or individual brokers. The brokers has to be in a company. So this how also it's secured for the clients as well. So there is no like freelancing broker. He has to have a license and he has to be working for a company which has license as well. So yes, speaking about the platform, I think it will help a big time because it will save time for the broker to do his work. Normally, the broker will spend maybe 20 minutes, half an hour to gather all the information together before sending to clients. But using such a platforms, it will save him time. So maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, he can already do his work.
Elmira, what professionals can people achieve high results in real estate?
In my opinion, it's the sales of premium segment products, like let's say luxury car sales and maybe luxury watch sales, who used to deal with such a clients, because it's very similar type of clients who is buying real estate. So you know how to deal with them, how to close the objections, and how to choose for them what they are looking for. And also, I think the lawyers can be a good real estate agents as well, because we have a lot to deal with the law, and lawyers has the mindset to deal with law in an appropriate way. We have also one broker. He's an ex-lawyer and he's working with us now. And I can see his mindset is very good to learn the subject and very good to offer clients what they are looking for. And he's very good in explaining to clients about the local rules and regulations.
So it's an interesting strategy. A person can go to make it career with Rolex, and after go to market real estate.
Yeah, he could do so, like to train on Rolex sales and then come to real estate.
Go to Rolex. Elmira, I heard that you close an average of 20 or 30 deals per month. How do you do it?
Yeah, that's for sure not an average number. This could be if you are very lucky to, like, for example, I have sold full floor, and then there could be 8 apartments on the floor, and then if you sell 2 floors, maybe there's 16 apartments, and then maybe some other deals. It could be up to 20, but this is not average for sure. This is rare cases, and not in every month this possible. In
It's
average,
cool case, really.
I mean, it happens, but very few times, not always. This happens normally if you have your loyal clients who likes to buy through you. So then, yes, they can buy this full floors and bulk deals from one broker. But it's not like on the market, nobody will come to broker who they never seen before and tell him, give me 30 apartments. That's not possible. Most of the times, this is the clients who know you and they was buying from you before and they know how you work. So then they can trust you in buying such a big bulk deals. And sometimes there is a client, of course, who is buying the whole building, but this is again very rare cases. On average, successful brokers, I could say they can close 4 to 6 deals per month.
Wow.
Yeah, so which
it's
is
a good broker.
Yeah, you can say it's like 1 deal a week. This is average, what I can tell. It's not the biggest number and it's not the smallest. Of course, in this business, sometimes maybe you will not close anything, no deals in the whole month, but maybe the next month you have 5 deals, This is also possible. It depends on the selling skills of each broker. It's you can't predict it, and there is no guarantee in this work that you will do, like, let's say 5 deals every month. There is no guarantee for that. So it's case to case. Sometimes the number of deals depends on the season as well. Like, let's say in the winter time, when it's Christmas, New Year, we are having lots of new people here. Of course, investors also coming that times. So we can experience a higher number of deals in this winter month here.
Yes, good information. Thank you. How often broker open new real estate agency? What do you think about it?
Yes, we have here many experienced brokers who is registering new real estate. So just opening and registering a real estate company is the easiest part, I can say. Because after registering the company, you have to keep this company work, and this when the fun starts, because you have to do so much investment to keep the company run, in marketing, in admin. There is salaries of the people who has to be in the company working, and then there is expenses, daily expenses, office rent, and there's lots of expenses which I found out recently right now, so it's not easy to keep the real estate agency. And everyone think just I will open company and work by myself. But that's not the case. I have seen also many brokers who open their real estate, but then they close it and join the company to work as a broker again. Because it's not easy to keep a company. It requires a big amount of investments every month. So I can advise for brokers who is not very confident and not having big amount of investment in the pocket, still work with the company and not to be in rush to open a new business, because there is a high chance that it will not go through and the company will shut down and then he will lose his investment. So until he is very sure that he can keep the company run at least for 6 months, let's say, he's supposed not to open a company. That's, I think, there is so much more expenses on keeping the company more than you can imagine. I found out it myself recently when I started to work in a partnership with my new company right now. And I can advise people not to be in a hurry to register new real estate and still work with the company until they will be fully confident that they can keep the company run and they have a certain amount of investment, a good amount in their pocket, so they can manage the company. Because we can see so many ambitious brokers, they will say, I will open my company, I will register my real estate. But in most of the cases, these people will close the companies and join back to the brokerages.
Thank you, Elmira. It's a very interesting interview, your personal history, and I think our audience very interested in see your personal experience.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I wasn't ready for this interview at all, They just invite me to come here and I was like, okay, so maybe for the next time we can structure our interview in a nicer way, prepare in advance so I can give more value in the interview.
Yeah. Subscribe to our channel and see you next week.